Okay, good day, everyone. I lost a couple of cuts earlier of this video because I couldn't keep my thumb on my phone. So I am eliminating that. I am no longer going to be recording these on my phone um, as I record them with my on my desktop. We're just going to I'm just going to share them with people, um, and I can send them from YouTube. I can send them with my phone via text. So I don't think I'm gonna lose any audience. But that's just way too much effort, and your thumb gets really tired. And now I'm gonna have two hands that are free. So if I need to, you know, um, flip pages in my Bible and everything, I'm more free to do that. So anyway, sorry for the delay. It took me a while to get this up today, and it's still not going to be up for a while, but I'm at least recording it now. So I wanted to just kind of continue the discussion that I've been, or the thing that I've been talking about these days as to why people don't accept Christ. And, there's so many different reasons for this. Okay. Now I'm a little bit closer. Anyway, there's so many different reasons for this, but one is obviously, people don't want to give up their lifestyles. They think they'll have less fun as a Christian, and they want to live the way they want to live, and they know that if they accept Jesus as their Savior, that would require a certain, not even a certain, I should say, just it would require submission to their Lord and Savior Jesus Christ if they were to accept Him, that they don't want to do. But also, it's very countercultural to be a true. You can be a believer in the sense of, so many people claim to believe in Jesus, and they may believe in the sacrifice that He made. They may believe that He died on the cross for their sins. But in order to really be a disciple, it has to be you have to live a life that is totally countercultural to what the world around us teaches. And so we're going to read about that today. I'm actually going to take you to two different passages, both in the book of Matthew. So starting off with Matthew chapter 5, I was going to start with verse 3 initially, but I'm going to just read the whole thing because it's the beginning of the Sermon on the Mount. So why not just start with the very first verses in the chapter? So again, Matthew 5, starting with verse 1, going down to 12. Or is it 12 or 13? Let me see. Actually, it's going to be, we're going to go Matthew 5, verses 1 through 12 to start off. And seeing the multitudes, he went up on a mountain, and when he was seated, his disciples came to him. Then he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inhabit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Excuse me. Blessed are you when they revile and persecute you, and say all kinds of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so they persecuted the prophets who were before you. So really what that says is it's well, it's laying out all the guidelines of what we need to be in order to be disciples. And if we're disciples of Jesus, we're going to be more. That well, first of all, it's going to show more in our lives, and and Jesus is going to bless that. And, and he's saying that he blesses everybody to a we're all blessed on this earth to an extent. Sometimes it's hard. It can be hard to see that because we don't always recognize our blessings through the circumstances we're in, and that's sad. But we still are blessed. But the thing is, we're most blessed when we know Christ. Why? Because He knows that we know Him. He knows those who follow Him, and He blesses our lives. And it may not always show up in monetary rewards. It may you might struggle your whole life with whether it's finding work or keeping a job or in my case to some degree I struggle with a physical disability. It's not always a struggle, but it kind of is because it's both my I would say that it's both my greatest gift and biggest curse rolled into one for a multitude of reasons. But anyway, I'm not going to go through what each of those things mean. Each of the beatitudes and what they mean one by one because that would I just don't. I'm not doing like a full blown hour-long teaching, and that's what it would take. But I will say this. Blessed are the poor in spirit. We can start with that one. And what does that mean? That means somebody who is not boastful or arrogant or puffed up. It's poor in spirit means you know that you can't do something on your own. You're poor, and we should all be poor in spirit because we need to know. It's fine to put in the work, and we have to put in the work, let's say, to get to where we want to be. If we want to find a job after we graduate from college, we got to put in that work. And anytime when we want to find a job, we got to find work. And any time we're going to try to achieve something, there is a certain work that's required on our part. We can't just say, oh, we're just relying on God to, do everything for us. He's not some kind of genie. So we have to have our faith in action. But we also have to know that the gifts that we do obtain here on earth are things that we get from Him, not from us. Sometimes, it takes a while to get to have our gifts unlocked. Some of those gifts are not revealed to us right away, and it's sometimes it takes a while for the Lord to reveal that. But it's still all through Him. It's not we can't do anything without Him, and that includes in the literal sense we would have no gifts apart from Him. Everything that every talent that we have, we might have to practice it from the human perspective, but we're given the ability in the first place to do it, to get that from Him, and so it's we're able to do that because of what He allows us to be able to do, and so it takes somebody somewhat to be somewhat poor in spirit to recognize that, because you're recognizing that you can't do things on your own. And I have a friend that when I see, let's see, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the kingdom they shall inherit the earth. I have a friend that I think, what is that? That's verse 5, Matthew 5, verse 5. So I think he's the meekest person that I've known in terms of just humility and just his attitude. I've talked to him many times. He's in his 50s, but and I've talked to him many times about this, I should say. But he just has this spirit about him that is so meek and genuine and childlike for the Lord, which is great. And that brings me back to that brings me to my next passage. I'm trying to give the digest version here, but bear with me. There's, 17 verses, I think, here to cover. So, and I don't want to necessarily rush through it, but I don't want to give you an hour-long message either. So, um, so let's flip over to Matthew 18, verses 1 through 5. At that time, the disciples came to Jesus, saying, "Who then is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven?" Then Jesus called a little child to him, set him in the midst of them, and said, "Assuredly I say to you, unless you are converted and become, and become as little children, you will by no means enter the kingdom of heaven. Therefore, whoever humbles himself as this child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. Whoever receives one little child like this in my name receives me." So really, what I want to get to do is two things. It's hard to live counterculturally in the sense of being poor in spirit and meek and things like that, because those things are not, looked at by the world as a positive thing. They're looked at as negative things. And same thing with becoming a child, or becoming like a child to Jesus. I mean, we all, at some point, one point, we were all children, right? We all had to, and some of us, that are watching this video or are going to watch it later on in the future, still may be children. Maybe we do still rely on our parents to, or whoever takes care of us to put food in the refrigerator, or maybe we're not able to work yet for some reason. We must always, it's fine to have skills to, that allow us to have a job, and it's fine to recognize that we have those skills. But again, we have to recognize also where they come from, and they come from Jesus, and we can't do anything without him. So we have to rely on him for everything. So, who provides us with skills? Jesus does. Who provides us? Obviously you can talk about, Jesus or God, of course, same person, or same God, different role within the triune God, the Holy Trinity. But it all comes back to reliance on Christ, and we must rely on him for everything that we have, and we must give him thanks. Now, do we have to put our gifts to good use? Is it up to us to do that? Absolutely. So we can't just say, well, God gave me these gifts, I can do what I want with them. No, we want to work hard. We want to put our best foot forward, and then not just so much that we will be blessed financially, but so that we just because we work for the Lord in general. But anything that we have is his. All the money that we get, the opportunities, even just the ability to walk is a gift from him. And so we must rely on him like a child relies on their parent. And he is our Father in heaven. Some of us, don't have both sets of parents. Some of us, we can come from any number of backgrounds. And when I was a kid, and for the longest time, I really didn't care much for Father's Day, because it was a painful day for me, because I was raised in a single parent home without a father. But I know that I have my Father in heaven now, and I rely on him every day. And so, we have to have a countercultural mindset when we truly want to be a disciple of Jesus. And that requires being poor in spirit, as we've talked about, and coming to Jesus like a child. Why? Because he is the one who provides everything for us, and He's the reason we can do anything in the first place. Thank you very much for watching. There's not going to be any more delays in, like, when my camera stops or starts, because I'm not using my phone anymore. So I feel that this message has left me a little more free. I hope you guys enjoy it, and thank you very much, and God bless you.